Hey everyone, it's a little early. I want to give myself enough time to tag everyone. All of my people who love to watch. And then we're going to get started. I have a couple of aha moments in here that I hope will be helpful. So we're going to do the Rustic Geode, slightly less rustic than what you'll probably able to do yourself. I spray painted mine white. I didn't spray paint it the darker color. I would have, but we had, I don't know if y'all remember, I'm a school teacher and we had registration today, and it was supposed to be over at 5:30 and somebody walked in at 5:35 to register, so I'm running a little late today. Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. This is what we're going to be doing, the Rustic Geode on. It's the, and this one right here is a practice cup. So this one is not going to be given away. So I get to keep this one. The Rustic Geode basically is a geode with a little slight aha moment in there. Hey, Miss Linda, Miss Felicia, Miss Rusty. Oh my gosh, you guys are all on. Yay. Okay, there's Miss Becky. All right, so now let me show you. I'm gonna bring you down and I want you to see everything that you're gonna need for this, and you're going to say, what? So, as I said, we have our 24-ounce straight. These are my favorite, guys. These make the most beautiful cups. In fact, these are my biggest seller so far. So if you really want a good cup, this is the one to go to. Now, I know she's out. She's getting some more in, but just to let you know. All right, so what I did was I did the epoxy method, and I put Puzzle Tumbler Champagne on. I didn't want to do multiple colors. I only wanted to do one. So after I did the epoxy method, I did a coat of epoxy on top of it after it had dried. Once it was completely dried, I spray painted it. The first color I spray painted it was espresso. This is going to give it the darker color up underneath. Then I spray painted it white on top. Now, I'm going to tell you that I am a researcher and I watch things and I try to learn things before I teach you guys. So I learned everything that I'm about to do from a video on YouTube from Diamonds and Dust. So if you want to watch this again later on and see what she did, you can do that as well. You're going to need paper towels. You're going to need 100% acetone. You're going to need a sand block. You'll need a paintbrush. You're going to need gloves, obviously, and you're going to need polyacrylic. Now, polyacrylic is the stuff that we like to use for the inside of Christmas ornaments or whatnot, but let me tell you what this is, guys. This is the quick coat that you can get from CCDIY. It's the exact same thing. When it goes on, it's going to go on more cloudy and it'll dry clear. So if you guys want to get the quick coat, but you don't want to spend the money or need it now, but I'm putting it in little containers like this, and I'll show you why in just a little bit. You'll also need your alcohol in your container as well. So I'm going to put everything aside, and if I've missed anything, things like these for the alcohol, so on and so forth. Let me tell you a story while I'm getting everything ready. So I went to the store yesterday. I had to find paper towels. And when I went in, they didn't have any paper towels. Their truck hadn't come in that day. And I was like, oh, I need paper towels. So I went ahead and grabbed regular old hand towels, and that's not going to work. Well, today I went back to the grocery store because I needed more polyacrylic for this. And as I'm leaving, a gentleman walked up. He said, do you need paper towels? And I said, sure, I needed them yesterday, but I'll take them today. And he said, okay, and handed me a 4-pack of paper towels. He only needed 2 and he had to buy 6 and ended up giving me 4 of them. So guys, I had paper towels. All right, so as I said, I just thought that was a fun story to start the thing with. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to make this a little more rustic. And how we're going to do this is we're not going to rub it off yet because there's this, it's not what we're gonna do. The polyacrylic, this is your aha moment. And I'm sure some of you have done this, and if you haven't, and if you have and you didn't share it with me, then I'm going to be a little upset. This is gold. These are the FX, running low. Please tell me I have some of this and I didn't just pull it. Oh, look, it's never been opened before. This is the FX mica powder. Now, when I wanted to get into the mica powders, I ordered off of Amazon a set that was so I could try them out and see which ones I liked, and these are the ones that I got. And you can tell I haven't really used them because look, it's never been opened. So I have 3 different colors. I'm gonna do the gray, kind of a brownish maroon. I'm sure that they probably have names on them, but I can't find them. So the Pearl Effects, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my mica powders and I'm going to put them in the polyacrylic. It's not going to take much. Remember, you can always add more, but you can't take it away. And you're going to add it to your polyacrylic until you get the color that you want. This is just the silvery gray. Then I'm going to add the kind of the brownish maroon to it. A little bit more because I want this to be a little darker. And this is to the polyacrylic, guys. This stuff is going to dry very quickly. It's not going to take as long to dry as your epoxies or anything else. Look how pretty that is. And then finally, I'm going to put a little bit of gold in just to give it a little bit of a different color. So this is our Pearl Effects mica powders and our polyacrylic. You can get the polyacrylic either on Amazon or you can get it at Walmart. I got mine at Walmart. And we're going to start with this first. But I mean, seriously, guys, the color in this polyacrylic is gorgeous. Look how pretty that is. It's so pretty. Now, normally you would mix this in your epoxies to do your galaxy cups or whatever, but I'm going to use the polyacrylic because when I put this on the cup, it's going to dry quicker. Next, I'm going to have my gloved fingers. Now, you don't have to use a finger if you don't want. You can use a paintbrush, which is why I have this one out. Now, this one I got at Walmart, and it looks like this. I want it to look like this on purpose. I'm going to probably cut it up a little bit more when it comes time to do the a wood grain. But for right now, I'm going to take my finger into this polyacrylic, and I'm just going to rub it on here. No rhyme nor reason. Up and down, not side to side. You want to go up and down. And this polyacrylic is going to dry very quickly, guys. It takes a couple of minutes, but it is going to dry. You can use a brush if you want, but you don't have to. You can just use your fingers like I'm doing. Now, when she did hers on her video on Amazon, I mean, not on Amazon, on YouTube, she painted the outside of her cup a really pretty blue. And I had intentions of putting a little bit of blue on mine, but school called. Okay, so there's our first. Second is going to be the gold. We're going to put a little bit of gold in here just to give it that gold rusticity. Guys, it's already drying. Let me see. You can add as much as you want or as little. I love how this gold is looking on here, guys. Wish I had some of that blue. The blue would have looked good on here too, but I don't want to go get it. I feel like being lazy. I don't know if y'all can see how pretty this already looks. I'm gonna put some on the bottom. All right, put a little bit more. I like this gold on here. Again, this is the polyacrylic with the Pearl Effects mica powders in them. Just brushing it on with my fingers. You can do it with a brush if you want. It's totally up to you. Now I'm going to put a little bit of this gray, kind of a steely gray on here, just to rub it in a little bit, make it a little more rustic. Remember, you want to go up and down. You don't want to go side to side. I love that gold. I need more of that gold in my life. And there you go. This is our cup. Imagine if you do the blue in there, how pretty that would be. But for right now, this is what we have. Just brushing on the polyacrylic with the mica powders. It's drying as I go along, a little bit of the gray. There we go. And let this dry a little bit and we'll move on to the next. I'm going to put a little gray on here and let me go to the back to help it along with my heat gun so we can move on to the next step. Now the polyacrylic that I purchased is a semi-gloss. You can get the glossy, you can get semi-gloss, or you can get matte. It's $9 at Walmart, but it lasts. I mean, look how much I have left over. And it dries so fast, guys. It's almost dry completely. And that's it. It's all dry. So that's how fast this dries. It's already dry. So we're going to move on to our next step. Let me get this out of the way because I will make a mess. Switch my little paper over. All right, I'm going to show you one more time in case somebody jumped in and wanted to know. I put this into little bitty cups. This is polyacrylic. I get this from Walmart. This is $10 at Walmart. I have my little medicine things. It doesn't take much. Look, I have a bunch left over. So really, it doesn't take much at all. I put a little bit down into the bottom of each one of these medicine cups. Then I used my Pearl Effects mica powders. You can get a set of these little bitty ones on Amazon, so you can try all of them out. Or you can purchase at Woody's Goodies or any other place that has mica powders. This just happens to be what I go to. I do have some Woody's Goodies, but I don't have the colors that I wanted. I mixed them together and I used a gloved finger to brush it all over my cup. So that's the first step. All right, our next step will be to pull out our, this is a sanding block. You can get a set of 4 of these in Walmart for like $3.96. You're not going to do this very hard. I just want to go down to the, brush off some of the, we don't want it to look beautiful. You remember this is supposed to be rustic, so we're going all the way down through all of the colors down to the darker paint. So it's okay to brush, brush, brush because right after this paint is my epoxy, so it's okay. To go down a little bit, but you want it to have that rustic look, okay? When you get these, you'll get a couple of different, this is just one I grabbed, but you'll have a couple of different the coarse necessities, and this just happens to be the one that I just grabbed it. I don't have, it's no specific. And all I'm doing is going all the way through all the way down to, and you can almost see where the glitter is starting to come through. And yes, we are about to hit this with some nail polish remover, but we want to give it that rustic look. We don't want it to be perfect. You do not want this to be perfect. You want it to look rustic. I'm trying to find a good, there we go. You don't have to use a sand block. You can use regular old sandpaper if that's what you have. This just happens to be what I wanted to try to see if it would make it any easier. And I'm still getting tired, so I don't really think it makes that much of a difference, but if you'll look, there's our rustic look. All right. You want it to go down. You don't want this to be beautiful, even though it already is. All right. Go ahead and get down here at the bottom. Okay. All right, so we've given it a little bit of rusticity. Brush this off. Get all of that off of there. So now you see what I was doing. See if it needs any more. It does not. Now we're going to go into our geode. Now this is the hardest part of this entire process. Seriously, look how fast. I think what took the longest is going to be the glittering and the epoxying. I did that yesterday so that this would be ready for today. So that's the reason that I was able to do it. So you have to first spray paint it, then you're going to put your glitter on it. From your glitter, you are going to epoxy it. On top of the epoxy, you'll spray paint it. I spray painted it first espresso. Is that what it's called? Yep, espresso. And then I spray painted it white. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to our next step, which will involve my next glove, because, and it's probably going to eat through the glove just because it does. It's acetone, but I don't like it to be on my fingers any more than I have to. Okay, so next we're going to use our paper towels. We're going to use our cotton cloths, our alcohol. I put my alcohol into a little container here. And we're going to use our acetone. I got this little container of acetone here at Dollar General. Make sure it's 100% acetone. You don't want just nail polish remover. You want 100%. And you're going to use your paper towels. I have 10 pieces down here because you want to be able to move it out. Now, when we do our geode, you want to make sure that it's going to be long, not wide, and you don't want it to be perfect. So I'm going to show you how to keep it from being perfect. So all I'm doing is squishing this down, getting my acetone, and I'm rubbing it down to my glitter. And it'll have a little bit of a hazy look at first. That's why we have our wipes here and our alcohol to wipe off the dark. So it's gotten down to our glitter. Now we're going to rub it out so it's a little less pretty. Come up. Our alcohol, and that is what's going to bring out that shine. about that, got a little excited. And the best part is, after you're through doing this, you still have your mica powders. There's our geode right there. And you can take your mica powder and you can still, because you still have some left over, you could still go over the top of it. All right, next we're going to move on. And if you notice, the alcohol is what I use to take off that excess here on the sides. And that's when you're going to want to bring in some more of this mica powder. Into your rustic look. All right. Next, we'll move on to our next geode. I'm gonna put it probably up here. Now you wanna go up and down here and here, but you don't want it to get too close to each other. You want there to be a little bit of room. Okay, go back for our alcohol. Rub out all of that on the side. Shine it up a little bit. There's your geode. Now you can come back with a little bit more alcohol, and you can make it come down a little bit more. Come back with your, rub out all that extra paint. We'll come back in a little bit and we'll add some more rustic to it. There is our geode. Now I'm going to turn it and come on this side. I'll probably put a little one right there. Just a little one. There. Go back in with our alcohol and clean it up. There you go. Add a few more and then we'll add our rustic back in, and then I'll see if you guys have any questions, because really you've watched the entire process. Get a new paper towel. Now the first time I did this, I freaked myself out because I didn't know how to get all the brown off. And what it was is I didn't rub it long enough. Now do you see right here at the bottom, I pushed it some down as opposed to, I made it go out a little bit just to give it less pretty. Just like that. Go in with your alcohol and clean it up. Just like that. All right, y'all want me to do any more? I don't know if y'all have any questions about anything. Of course you have to make one, Brittany. All right, I'm going back to the beginning. What color paint is under the white? It's espresso. It's brown. It's just spray painted brown first, and then under the white was the, then I came back with the white on top. That just gives it that dark look. Yes, it has 4 different grits. It has, let me show you. Where did I put them? I know I put them back here someplace. Oh, here they are. They have 4 different grits. It comes with, I guess I could find the piece of paper, but it comes with 4 sand blocks, and these are great. Keep them, don't throw them away once you're done with them. You can use them for just about anything. Going through. Hello, Jennifer. Yes, this is gold glitter. This is actually called Champagne. It's from Puzzle Tumblers. And then I'm gonna go back in here in a little bit and add some more mica to it. What am I using to rub off the paint? I'm using acetone. Now, I got this acetone at the Dollar General for like $3. It's got to be 100% acetone, not nail polish remover. Nail polish remover is going to have softeners in it for your cuticles and stuff, and it's not going to work as well. And I'm cleaning with alcohol, yes. I spray painted this morning. A couple of hours. I needed to make sure that it was completely dry, that I could touch it, because I knew I was going to be adding stuff to it. So I'm going to do a few more, and then I'm going to add my mica powder back in. For those who don't know, who have not seen what I did, I use polyacrylic. That's the stuff that they use inside of the Christmas ornaments. And I added my mica powder to it so that it would give it that rustic look like this. All right, we'll do a few more. You're just gonna rub it in. You don't want it to be beautiful, remember, because they're not ever beautiful. Just like that. Then you're gonna take your alcohol, which I have in a bowl here, and you're gonna rub out all of that extra paint off the top. Probably make this one go around the bottom of the cup right here. Just like that. It's around the bottom. And use my alcohol again. Liquid gold here, guys. I cannot find this anywhere. Just like that. And cleaned up the paint off of it. I did a little bitty one here. I'll do one more here. This is the best part. It's very satisfying. You want to go up and down. You don't want to go side to side. Remember, this entire project is basically up and down, not side to side. If you go side to side, it's just going to give it a different look. I've never done it, so I can't tell you to do it. If you do it and it looks good, please let me know. Okay. All right, so I'm not going to add any more to that. Now, what I'm going to do, though, is that in the process of rubbing out everything, I took off some of my polyacrylic. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more to that, just to get it on top of the geode maybe a little. This was, you'll see what it did right there. This was the, it's kind of a brownish maroon. I don't know what it's called because I did not read the name yet. But I think it's a beautiful color, and it's okay to go over the top of your geode. And it dries in about 10 minutes. Doesn't take long at all. And if you want to use your paintbrush, you can. I just wanted to use my finger, get a little bit more into my project. Okay, pull over this gold, this gorgeous, gorgeous color. It's a gorgeous gold. You can put that over the top of your geode, just like that. The lady I learned this from, she used a really, really pretty kind of a, I don't know, it's the green color that's out there that is very rustic. I don't know what you would call it. It's not, you know, the blue that was out in the 80s, but it's a really pretty greenish blue, and it was very pretty. So that is our rustic geode. And I am going to see if y'all have any questions. And guys, I'm keeping this one. I'm not going to give this one away because I don't want to. Plus that there's a big dent in the side. This was my practice cup. So over here, a little more brown. And that's it. So, anyone have any questions? Thank you, Miss Valerie. Let's see. Yes, it's at Walmart. Let's see. I'm going back down. Y'all have a lot. 100% acetone. Yes, I'm cleaning with alcohol. Thank you very much, Laura. Miss Misty, how long does the spray? I've answered that one. You finding acetone that isn't like 20 bucks? Girl, Dollar General. Look at that. And it comes in the pump. Really, seriously, that's what got me. Thank you so much for your tutorials. Oh, you're quite welcome, Miss Laura. And I know I'm going to be seeing a bunch of these on here. I hope that you guys are going to share them with me. Walmart has the... I'm going to take this off real fast because my hand is getting sweaty. Walmart has the polyacrylic. It has the acetone. I'm really not much into Walmart's acetone. I know that I like this from Dollar General just because I've used it before. And it's got to be 100%. Don't get the nail polish remover. It's right next to this. Please, Linda, I want to see it. How do I seal it? Thank you very much. I seal it with this. It's the crystal clear enamel from Rust-Oleum. Guys have been using this a lot lately. I haven't had a chance to order my diamond clear coat. So I've been using this and I like it. I haven't had any problems. It seals my glitter just fine, and you can get it at Walmart. So this is what I'm going to seal it with, because you know I seal everything before I do anything. Gonna come back and rematch the whole thing if it's staying up. What does that mean? Heck no, that's beautiful. Thank you. Acrylic paint. No, it's spray paint. Regular old Rust-Oleum spray paint. So I'm going to tell you again my order. Okay, spray painted it gold. Then I put this on here. This is champagne. This is from Puzzle Tumbler, champagne. That's how pretty that is right there. Ooh, guess I better let you dry before I turn you upside down again. Okay, so I spray painted it and then I glittered it. I did use the epoxy method because I was able to glitter it and seal it all at one time. And then after it was done, I sealed it again because I always seal everything. After the seal dried, which was this, that's what I sealed it with, I did a coat of epoxy and then I did a flood coat before I went to bed. So this morning when I woke up, it was ready to go, okay? It was white and, it was glittery. And then I spray painted it white and then rewind. It was glittery. Then I spray painted it brown, which is the espresso. Then I spray painted it white after the espresso dried. Once I could touch it, I could start doing this, okay? Then you saw the order that I did this in. First, I scuffed it up. Is that right? Did I scuff it up first? No, I did not. First, I polyacrylic it. This is the polyacrylic with the with my Pearl Effects that I got. These on Amazon, but you can get Pearl Effects at Hobby Lobby. Mix those in there, and I rubbed it in with my finger just because I wanted it to be less perfect. And I used 3 different colors. I used the gold, the brown, and the slate. The gold, the brown, and the really pretty slate. And I dried it. It took, what, 3 minutes, 2 minutes to dry with my heat gun. After I dried it is when I scuffed it with my pad. Okay, scuffed it up, made it look less pretty. And then, after getting all the dust off, is when I went at it with the nail polish remover, acetone 100%, not nail polish remover. Nail polish remover is not gonna work. It has stuff in there to keep your fingernails from drying out, which is why I used my my nails, because, my gloves, because I don't want my nails to fall off. And alcohol with cotton pads, and this is how it came out. So that was the fast track. I hope you got that. Blame me for keeping it up so pretty. That is very nice. Thank you, Mr. Joseph. You have another layer of epoxy on that. Yes, I will put one more layer of epoxy, maybe 2 onto this. And I'm thinking about putting a skull, a cow skull with flowers. Thank you for your tutorial. Thank you very much, Jana. I appreciate that. Vicky, love the look. I do too. Thank you so much. Hi, Sissy. No, the stuff in the medicine cup. Yes, that's the polyacrylic with the mica powders in it. And it doesn't have to be the mica powders I could use. It could be any color you want. But why I like it is because the polyacrylic dries very fast. I mean, as if you use it in your alcohol and your Galaxy cups, it doesn't dry very fast. But this way it's going to dry very quickly and you can move on to the next step. Mica powder, yes. Polyacrylic, it's in the small cups with the mica powder, and this is the polyacrylic, and it's the same stuff as the quick coat from CCDIY. So, I'm going to tell you, when you put your water slides on, you're going to use the polyacrylic or the CCDIY quick coat, and you're going to use your little squeegee sponge like this. And you'll put this on top of your water slides, and your water slides will not lift after it's dried. Now, if you put your epoxy on top of it too quickly, it will look very cloudy. So you need to make sure that your quick coat or your polyacrylic is completely dry. I would give it a couple of hours before I moved on to the next step. But if you put it on top of your vinyl and you put it on top of your water slide, it's not going to lift when you put your epoxy underneath it. At least I hope yours doesn't. Mine doesn't. Yes, that's correct, Jennifer. You're welcome, sissy. I hope you try it, Melissa, and I hope that you show me, because it shouldn't be a fail. My first one was a complete, trust me, it was awful. And I have it still, and I still use it. People say they like it, but what people do is they get scared when they first start rubbing it off and that paint goes everywhere, and then they start trying to rub it off with the alcohol, and they get scared because the paint starts, it looks like it's starting to mess things up, but it's not. You're going to be lifting that paint up off of itself, but you're lifting it with alcohol, and the alcohol is going to shine up that epoxy underneath, and it's going to clean it up for you some. So, Barb, I want every one of you to make one of these and tag my name in it because I want to see it. So, anyway, just to show you real fast how it will end up. It doesn't have to be white and brown, guys, and it doesn't have to be the gold glitter. It can be any colors that you want. As I said, I learned this from Diamonds and Dust, I think is what it is. I don't want to take credit for this. I watched a video and learned this so I could teach it to you guys. And it was from somebody called Diamonds and Dust, and they did that really pretty. It was this color. I don't know what color this is. This isn't teal, but it isn't green. It's kind of a teen, I guess. I don't know. So anyway, I'm going to let you guys get going. I'm glad that you enjoyed my tutorial. I'm keeping this one because I like it, and I'm going to take it to school because I like it. And I want to see what you guys do because I like that too. So if you have any questions, feel free to send it to me. All of these ladies that are on here probably could answer them too. So feel free to ask anybody anything. Don't be scared of the geode, people. If you do what I just did, it will work. Just have the patience and rub it enough to get what you don't want on off. I promise you. These are Pearl Effects. This one is kind of, let me see if I can find the name. Hold on. I picked this up. It's dry now. This one is called, I don't know. This one is called Antique Silver. Pearl Effects. This one is called Solar Gold. It doesn't have anything on the top, and I'm already blind. So this light over here is killing me. And this one is called, that's why masks are killing me, Antique Copper. So we have copper, gold, and silver. Didn't do that on purpose, I promise you. Copper, gold, and silver, all Pearl Effects. I know you can get the gold and the copper, don't quote me, at the Dollar General. Rewind. At that other place, Hobby Lobby. That's where I got my first. And then I wanted to check out the other ones, and if you go online, you can get an entire set of these little bitty ones to try out, and they last forever, guys. I've had these for 3 years, so. Anyway, All right, guys, I want to see your cups. I want you to be good out there. I want you to wear a mask, and I want you to stay safe, because I will be back later this week, hopefully with something new for you guys. Thanks for dropping in, and stay safe out there. Bye.